Okay, this is the second part of the translations lesson on page 3 of your notes. So we are going to use this translation rule, x plus 5 and y minus 2. So this x plus 5 means that the shape is going to be moved to the right 5, and the y minus 2 means the shape will be moved, down 2, since that is a minus sign. And so this rule can also be written like this, 5, so it's a positive 5 and a negative 2. So these two things say the same thing. It's just written in a different way. So we are going to find the image of B42 after we apply this rule. So we're going to take B42 and apply the x plus 5 and y minus 2 rule to that. So B prime. We're going to take that 4 that's already there and add 5 to it. And then for y, we're going to take that 2 that's already there and subtract 2 from it. Okay, so we're just applying that rule. And so then we're going to simplify arithmetic. 4 plus 5 is 9. 2 minus 2 is 0. So B prime is at 9, 0. Okay, so that is if we find the image, but question B is asking something a little different. It is asking for the pre-image, which is at f prime 23, 24. So we are going to be moving backwards. Okay, so we have the prime like we did up here. So to figure out what the original point was, we're going to use a little algebra. So we're going to take the rule, which was x plus 5, and set that equal to what the x value is from the point, which is 23. And then we're going to repeat that for the y rule. So the y rule is y minus 2, and set that equal to the y spot. Okay, and then you're just going to use one-step algebra problem here to solve for each variable. So 23 minus 5 is 18. And then we add 2 here. So 24 plus 2 is 26. So then those are your 2 points for the original f. So f was originally at 18, 26. So you could have really just done the opposite of this rule to these two numbers. You could have subtracted 5 and then added 2 and got the same result. But you can think about it either way. Okay, so for question 4, we are going to graph triangle ABC. Then we're going to apply our rule to it. So this rule is a positive 5 and a negative 1. So that means we're going to move the figure right 5 and down 1. So I'm going to start by plotting the 3 original points. A is at 0, 3. B is at 2, 4. And C is at 1, 0. Okay, so that's our original rule, or original figure. And then we're going to apply 5, negative 1 to this triangle, which means we're just going to shift it right 5 and down 1. So if you have a graph, you can also just count the amount of units to the right and down. So I'm going to start with B. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then down 1. So B prime will be right there. And then A will be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. And C is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down 1. So then that is where the new figure is at. Okay, and then this question asks, how can we combine these two rules to be into just one translation? So what we're going to do is go ahead and write out our normal notation for translation. And I'm going to take the x value from each rule, so the 3 and the minus 6. And then I'm going to take the y value from each rule, so positive 1 and positive 4. And then what we're going to do is just simplify that arithmetic. So 3 minus 6 is negative 3, and 1 plus 4 is a positive 5. Okay, and we could also write this rule as -3 and +5 with our vector notation. Okay, so either one of these notations are fine. It just says the same thing, just in a different way. Okay, then our last question. So we have a triangle, and then we're going to apply this vector to it. So we have +5 and +2. So the figure is going to be moved right 5 and up 2. So I'm going to start by plotting the original points. -4, -4, and -2, -3, and -3, and -1, +3. Okay, then I'm going to move that figure right 5 up 2. Just by counting. Okay, make sure you connect your dots and label your points.